As soon as you think of Charles Dickens, you probably imagine a black and white image of an older man with great bushy beard. Indeed, people who haven't read Dickens' novels often think of him as a dull or very serious Victorian writer. But here are some interesting facts about one of the greatest literary genius, Charles Dickens. Dickens wrote his first story, Misnar, Sultan of India, at a tender age of 9. He went to work in a factory at age 12 at Warren's shoe polish factory because his entire family was imprisoned. He wanted fame and even tried his hand at acting, but unfortunately he suffered from cold and couldn't attend the audition. Initially, Dickens published his works under a pseudonym. His first short story, The Boarding House, published in the monthly magazine, was under the name Boss. And this name became so popular that Dickens published a compilation of his essays and short fiction called Sketches by Boss in 1839. He wrote his first novel when he was 24. He worked as a parliamentary reporter, then as a journalist, and during that time, he had a flair for descriptions. In 1836, Pickwick papers were published in monthly installments. They initially had a circulation of just over 400 copies a month, but by the end of the novel, they were selling over 40,000 copies per month. Thus, Dickens' literary career began. It is said that Dickens struggled with OCD and he had a habit of rearranging furniture. He was the one who perfected the cliffhanger ending. Most of Dickens' novels, including classics like David Copperfield and Oliver Twist, were initially written in monthly, weekly, or infrequent installments on a subscription basis or in magazines, only to be republished in complete book form later. In doing so, Dickens employed nail-biting twists from chapter to chapter to get eager readers to buy subsequent episodes. Did you know he wrote more Christmas stories other than A Christmas Carol? If you know the answer, comment below. Dickens was a well-known philanthropist who committed himself to a number of good causes, particularly focusing on issues of child poverty and education. In 1847, he founded his own charity in collaboration with Angela Burdett Coates. Can you tell me the name of the charity in the comments? Dickens was also a part of the Ghost Club with authors like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and W.B. Yeats, investigating supernatural encounters and exposing frauds in the process. He actually had a love and hate relationship with ghosts. He had been obsessed with ghosts since childhood and loved to read and write ghost stories, which also led to frequent ghostly themes in his writings. Hence, he was known as the Ghost Man of literature. He had a fear of trains. Dickens was involved in a train accident in 1865 when his train fell off a bridge. Although he escaped serious injury and assisted other passengers, he returned to retrieve his unfinished manuscript. And do you know which book's manuscript was it? It was Our Mutual Friend. Following this incident, he avoided train travel for the rest of his life. By the way, did you know his pet raven called Grip II was an inspiration to Edgar Allan Poe to write his poem The Raven? If not for Dickens, we wouldn't have got the following words: Butterfingers, Crossfire, The Creeps, Slow Coach, Whoosh, Dustbin, Ugsum, Slangular, and many more. Unlike his serious demeanor in the portraits, Charles and Catherine loved to throw dinners and parties for their friends and family. Portraits of Dickens in his 20s and 30s show a young man who is clean-shaven with long locks of hair and an ambitious twinkle in his eye. Did you know Dickens is the only author that has a whole theme park dedicated to him and his work? It's called Dickensworld and is situated in Chatham, UK. Many of the rides are named after his famous novels like The Great Expectations, Log Fume, and The Haunted House of Ebenezer Scrooge. He died of stroke at the age of 58 on June 9, 1870, and he is buried in Poets' Corner of Westminster Abbey. If you are a fan of Dickens, tell me the name of the last book which he left unfinished and your favorite characters. Hope you enjoyed these intriguing facts about Dickens. Don't forget to comment the answers and subscribe our channel for more such interesting trivias and fun facts. See you in the next video. Sayonara.